Food, clean water and medical supplies can't come fast enough.
This is one of the biggest emergencies that we've dealt with for some time.
They have survived for a week now, often with very little food, with very little water, with very little medical attention.
Now we don't need pity. We just need your help.
The images of the Philippines after Typhoon Haiyan tore through whole communities and islands have become an open invitation to come and join to help these communities begin rebuilding the lives they lost.
Nakarating na ba relief dito?
We are here in Tandang Sora, Quezon City in the Philippines amongst volunteers who are preparing bags to help victims of Typhoon Haiyan. Now the work here has been steady for days and will continue into the next week with a constant influx of individuals just wanting to do their part to help. Many of them know someone impacted by the typhoon, while many others do not have a single link to anyone in the areas hit, just that they have a deep desire to help those in need.
Kahit bahagya po, makatulong man lamang po kami dun sa mga iba po nating mga kababayan dito sa Philippines. Kahit koonti po ay makapagtawid gutom man lamang po ito para sa kanila.
Naisip po namin na mahalaga po na sa maliit na paraan namin makatulong po kami sa mga kapatid po natin at mga kababayan na nasalanta po ng bagyo.
This is probably one of the top 12, so the top dozen of all storms ever seen on this planet.
On November 8th, Super Typhoon Haiyan, equivalent to a Category 5 hurricane, with gusts topping more than 200 miles per hour, slammed into the Philippine Islands.
This storm is Sandy size in width. This is the entire country of the Philippines. And so there's a lot of bubble here. There's a lot of water under this storm. There's going to be storm surge.
The storm washed away homes, businesses, and in some areas turned entire neighborhoods into piles of rubble in places like Tacloban City and Palo, Leyte. With power and communications down in many parts of the Philippines, friends and family members around the world eagerly looked for ways to hear news about their loved ones in the affected areas.
When this happened, system went down, everything, all communications are down. There is no way for you to connect to anybody.
Through her role at DZEM 954, Eleanor saw an opportunity to connect people in the Philippines to those abroad.
If I get to interview people from here by telephone and their family could hear them in the Philippines by the radio stations, our radio stations, then there is a chance, or at least we're hoping, that their families could hear them. It's human instinct. You right away think of how is nanay or tatay there, you know, looking for the children or the husband. You automatically think about that. Hopefully somewhere out there people will hear their family, you know, looking for them or letting them know that I'm alive, you know, I'm okay.
But Eleanor was not the only one. Cindy Fabella joined the Filipino community at Rizal Center in downtown Chicago.
In the past few days, I have been helping out at the Rizal Center, helping with the packaging of clothes and a lot of the medical supplies. Viewing the images that I've seen on the news feed, on Facebook and on the news, it prompted me to think, you know, here I am in my comforts of my own home, and these people are going hungry with no food and no relief coming to them, you know. So with just that in mind, that moved me to take action.
Cindy didn't have a personal connection with those impacted, but even so, knew she wanted to help.
In the next few days, I will try to get the school and my Girl Scout troop to participate in this drive. So I'm trying to, you know, I'm going to try to find ways to organize that.
Members of the Iglesia Cristo around the world like Cindy and Eleanor, joined the thousands of brethren throughout the Philippines in doing whatever they could to help.
Tulong-tulong ang mga kapatid, lalo na ang mga ministro sa Iglesia ni Cristo at yung mga kapisanan ng Iglesia ni Cristo ay tulong-tulong sa pagbabalot, sa paghanda ng lahat ng mga dapat ipamigay. Ang tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, ang kapatid Eduardo B. Manalo, ay handang-handa na tumulong sa ating mga kababayan. Ang layunin niya ay ang utos ng Diyos na nasa Biblia. Una, ibigin mo ang ating Panginoon Diyos at ikalawa, ibigin mo iyong kapwa-tao.
After the break, we'll get on the ground in Tacloban, Philippines, to get a look through the eyes of some of our very own volunteers in one of the hardest hit areas of Super Typhoon Haiyan. And we'll meet the medical mission team of the Iglesia ni Cristo Aid for Humanity project in cooperation with the FYM Foundation as they prepare for the first of many Aid for Humanity projects in Samar and Leyte. Stay with us. As thousands of people rushed airports and ports like the one in Ormoc to leave the hard-hit areas, those wanting to help made their way in.
Right now we're like in Ormoc. Right now we're gonna relieve goods for the victims and like medical missions too. Like we will try to go around the cities around.
Many of the volunteers on the barge to Ormoc were compelled to join in on the efforts, despite the news of the situation on the ground or the long and uncomfortable trip to the region.
It's a humanitarian process and we are trying to help. Part of our being part of the community kag Filipino man ta to help man kami.
It was the same sentiment felt by Ace, Jason, and Glenn.
The Guardian.
They were among the hundreds of field reporters and volunteer organizations giving us a glimpse into the lives of those who are now living the new reality left by Typhoon Haiyan.
I think we're unloading here and getting footage. The other INC TV team they have a different story that they're going, so they're talking to a lot of the locals here, getting their story. It's really good working with them. They're strong. It's an honor to be with them on this trip, letting us see the things happening over here.
Here at where they took that picture, it's going viral on the internet, and this is where it is.
This is hard to describe. I mean, right now, on the camera, all you could probably just see is debris, but in there is like little toys, slippers, various items, household items, and it's like these belong to people. These were cherished by people. And these people might not have much, but it made it even more valuable to them.
Among the ones that the crew met was Ramon, who lived just steps away from water. He joined in helping bring residents to the safety of the house of worship in Tacloban.
Pagkuhan may hinahatid namin, re-rescue, dinadala.
Ibig sabihin, nare-rescue dahil may tubig na ho dyan?
Wala pa po.
Wala pa.
Ano pa lang, tagubilin pa lang.
Unknown to him, his wife and children had also done their part to bring their neighbors to safety.
Malaki ang tubig. Tapos sabi ko sa kanila, yung mga kasamahan ko, punta tayo sa kapilya.
Ako ng kapitbahay, iglesia siya. Magkaibigan kami, mag-close kami. Si Hera Ramon, si Margie, magkalapit kami sa bahay nila.
Sinabihan na kami ng kaibigan namin sila Golcha na pumunta na kayo dun sa sa church namin, sa church namin, mag-ano na lang kayo doon.
Salamat nga na ligtas kami, doon kami sa iglesia, nakapasok.
Maski hindi sila kaanib ng Iglesia ni Cristo, dinala ko po sila kasi gusto ko sila maligtas.
Wala. Saan po kayo tumutuloy? Diyan sa may garahe ng Tagpangasiwa. Pero,
paano po kayo nabubuhay? Saan kayo kumukuha ng pagkain?
hindi, dito sa Iglesia, tulungan naman.
We have Brother Jason right behind us, just taking some video on some of the, kids that are around here regarding, their livelihood, lifestyle, and just how they're still, positive spirited.
And there's just this unsaid camaraderie and bond between them. I'm sure it helps get
to care for our fellow men and do what we can to help.
people here are just trying to continue on with their life. I don't know, children are going to be growing up the better part of their life just with their town being rebuilt. Like, they won't know anything else. The church will be able to help their community, the community here, through the Ling Up and everything. Yeah, all right, signing off.
Coming up, Iglesia ni Cristo volunteers through the Ling Up sa Mamamayan project in cooperation with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation travel, bringing aid and assistance to some of the worst hit areas of Typhoon Haiyan.